Alrighty, good morning everybody. It's Thursday, May 16th, 2024, just tilting over to the second half of the month here. Feels like we just got into it. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened here yesterday. So, well, first thing I gotta do actually is I gotta hide this new level. So let's go ahead and take that off the chart because that wasn't there yesterday. And let's go ahead and take a look at what happened here. So first of all, just want to point out, we did see this in the review yesterday, but the market kept ripping. We had our news pre-market yesterday. They popped right to 53.02, right? That's in a scaffolding level we had for a long time. Then, as we saw coming into the open yesterday in our review, pulled back and could not get through our extension level up there and parried back and forth a little bit, only to test into the VWAP and begin this awesome push by the bulls. And if you remember in our pre-market, I said, similar situation like the last couple days, a little micro pullback is really all we really expect. It could become a little bit deeper if it did happen, but we were expecting a support off one of these higher roadmap levels. So sure enough, never really got much of a pullback, and you had a great opportunity right out of the open here. If you were thinking like a bear because price was having trouble up here, it was a double top, peak above and fail with divergence. So you got a great opportunity to short O2 and take it right to VWAP for over a 10-point pullback. All right, so you got a great opportunity out of the open for that micro pullback. And then, as I said, then we started getting the reverse of the phase and the push to the upside. So my little textbook trade setup, we're failing from the major high of the morning off a major roadmap level. We pull back, we get our crossover. Price starts to kind of even get down through VWAP, and guess what? My textbook tag of the back end of the 200 didn't work in this case. So full frontal, I tried not to make it like my setup just works every time. So just want to point out there's a great opportunity for the bears that just did not quite play out. So then they started rallying, right? And then we got some beautiful holds off the top end of our 200 as things ripped higher. And you had plenty of aggressive opportunities to get long here on the upside. You could have even pulled back to the top end of our expected resistance zone and gotten in with really no risk and would have captured, who knows, 10, 20, 30, 40 points to the upside. So all morning you had opportunities, these pullbacks into the 200 as it started to rally. And if you were just waiting because it was chopping around in here, you wanted to wait to see price break out. Like I said, you then had your opportunities up top here. So pullbacks into the 200 in this case did go by 2.25 points, I think. So just over a 2-point pullback through it, and then you got the push and you even got the 2 tests here to try. So there were some good opportunities there. There's a great opportunity there. And then as the market was rallying higher, we had an expected resistance level at 53.25, a very discrete area in the chart. If you would have shorted that, again, with some nice, beautiful local divergence, you got yourself a nice, easy 5 points right back to the 200, where you hopefully would take profit because you understand that this type of scenario right off of there is exactly what you see very often. So that would have been a nice, easy, just over a 5-point pullback there to the 200. And then, as you can see, they then just continued. The bulls continued on their rally and then could not get below the 200 again and just continue going. We came right into our next major extension area. And to be honest with you, looking at the price action around this level, just from yesterday and then when we get into the overnight session here, I just haven't seen anything. So I kind of got rid of it. I just figured it's not really super relevant to what's going on with price. So that extension, if you guys remember, really was just a target to the upside, right? And they did kind of fail just in front of it there. I'm not going to argue that they used the level, but that was really a target. And when I saw all this chopping around and no real major rotations from there, I decided coming into this week or into today, just probably not as relevant as some of the other levels like 53.25 maybe, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at what happened here in the overnight session so we can get to our pre-market for this morning. They continued to rally higher. As you can see in the overnight session, they held the VWAP. That's a very notable thing. continued pushing, pulled back and held our roadmap level, the previous daily high, to try and break out. But as you can see, as we get close to the open here, just a little bit of trouble as they push to that new all-time high in the overnight session. So again, doesn't mean that the bears are now in power for a 500-point sell-off, but we are getting a nice healthy little in-breath right now. So let's go ahead and jump up to the higher time frames and see what they have to say for this morning. And there you go. Once again, wasn't planned, but beautiful pop right off of our roadmap level there. Nice little scalp so far for 2 points. Let's go ahead and jump up to the higher time frames.